There was something someone linked me to on Reddit that I thought was absolutely hysterical, and I wanted to share it with all of you. This is in response to the video that I did on Volkswagen and the companies that try to make everything into a subscription on your car, whether we're talking about the acceleration speed or stuff like auto high beams, which is a basic safety feature. This post comes from Downbeat. It says, I'm tempted to go to a dealership and let the transaction get all the way to signatures before pulling out last second due to discuss for this policy. Let them think they lost a new car sale over it. Someone else says, fuck, let's all do that. I can go show interest in and test drive a car, then pull out when they bring out the subscription model. If I'm not actually buying, there's no stress. It might be quite a nice hour or so. I'm going tomorrow. I think this is actually interesting. This is a way to let them know that you would have had a sale, but now you're not getting a sale because of this stupid policy. And for a lot of people in my audience, and I'm being serious here, that have serious social anxiety, a lot of you have said in past videos I've done on car dealerships how much you despise the experience, because it usually goes something like this. You go to the car dealership, you're expecting to pay this much based on everything you read, but they say it's going to be this much, and they come up with some bullshit reason as to why that's the case. And then you have to pretend that you're going to leave, which is stressful for you because you need a car since your old car broke down. You got to go to work tomorrow and everything. You need this car to work. You can't, your friends and your family members are not going to drive you to the bus stop anymore, and they're not letting you borrow your car. You need this to work. So you're stressed out. So you have to say, okay, I'm leaving. And as you're leaving, your pulse and your blood pressure goes up, and you have to pray that they're going to say something like, oh, don't worry, come back. I'm going to go to my manager and see what I can do. The person at the car dealer is going to pretend that they're walking over to their manager, and what they're actually doing is they're taking out their BlackBerry Curve 8330 to play Brick Breaker, and then they come back out after spending 1 or 2 minutes in Brick Breaker and say, all right, I talked to my manager, and man, you drive a hard bargain, my friend, but here's what I was able to do for you. And then that repeats over and over again until you finally get the car. That entire process fucking sucks. One of my best friends, she's a great human being. She sucks at negotiations, and she knows it. She's good at all the stuff I'm horrible at, and vice versa. So I said I would help her with this process. And I go to the car dealer. She's expecting to pay about $23,000, $24,000 for a particular car after all the haggling, and I get it to her for $21,500. And we're just going back and forth for about 40 minutes, and she's like, oh my God, that was amazing. How did you do that? And she was so happy. And I told her, you know what the secret is? I didn't give a fuck if you left here with a car. And she goes, what? I'm like, yeah, if I'm left and he didn't want to sell it to me, I just, that's good with me. He's like, what? I need a car. I live 1,700 miles from here. And I go, yeah, but that's your problem. And then she punches me in the shoulder. But in all seriousness, that's what makes it easy to do the negotiating back and forth and actually say, feel free to say no, but that's not acceptable to me. I'm going to go. But I actually don't care. So if you're somebody who is really bad at buying cars, or you're really bad at socializing in general in these ways, and you get really nervous when you need something, this could actually be good practice for you. Go to the dealer, try out all the cars, get right to the point of buying one. And then when you see, oh, you made high beams into a subscription? And that's something that drives me nuts when I see that, like that feature with high beams in certain territories, because some territories I see it's not a subscription and others that it is a subscription. What's really weird about that is that's not even something that like the driver benefits from. That's something that the rest of society benefits from. So you bought the car, but I would be willing to pay a subscription to turn off your fucking high beams. It's this really weird prisoner's dilemma where there's a feature that makes the car more safe for the people around you, but you're the one who has to pay for it. Like, why would you want to pay for something that benefits others and not you? I wish I could pay a subscription fee and then just press a button in my car, and then it turns off all the high beams of the fuck faces around me that turn them on all the time for no good reason. Modern car headlights are bright enough in and of itself. If you try a car from 25 years ago, the high beams on that shit is not as bright as the normal lights on a modern car. Anyway. And one of the things that I've been following for a bit, since my personal trainer really got me into this, because he's the one that knows a lot more about cars, car prices than me. Every time I say something that's a little bit off on car prices, he'll link me to some timestamp of some old video on this channel, which is pretty interesting, Thomas Siever, where he's just going over the crap that are on car lots, how long some of these cars have been there, how much they're asking for it. Bro, it is not a seller's market by now by any stretch of the imagination. So I think the feedback would be useful for him. Car dealers do exist to insulate the car manufacturers from certain annoyances. But at the end of the day, a car dealer is not a Walmart or a Costco. They don't sell 50,000 different types of products. They sell cars. They're there to sell cars. If you're a Volkswagen dealer and 99% of what you sell are Volkswagen vehicles, and Volkswagen is doing something that's making it more difficult for you to sell their vehicles, which they don't have to do, at some point, that is going to get communicated back to the manufacturer. And I think it should be. I would be a little bit more sympathetic to the car dealers here if it wasn't that every single fucking experience that I have had throughout my entire life at a car dealership left me feeling like I needed to take a shower. But they have. This is a great opportunity to get numerous things done at once. Let them know you're tired of subscriptions. Practice some of your social anxiety in negotiating. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. And thank you very much to Mr. Downbeat20 on Reddit for this great idea. I highly appreciate you posting it. Let me know how it goes in the comments down below. See you in the next one. Bye now.
We also have the duty not to infringe the IP rights in the process. It is in fact the manufacturers who have the relevant rights, not consumers.